Let's debate.
Mr. Chaudhary, may I make my opening comment? So that I'm not interrupted in between. I'm asking.
Go on.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
So-
Gaurav, go ahead.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chaudhary. Arnab, it is very unfortunate that we have an Indian citizen like Mr. Raul Vinci, who in the past few days has tweeted this. I would be
Rahul
expecting
Gandhi,
a Chinese
please
to be
pronounce it
tweeting this.
rightly.
He's saying don't call him
Yes.
Raul Vinci.
Okay, I will. Raul Vinci, and I can even
Rahul
call him a
Gandhi.
traitor. Okay, I give you an option. Option A, traitor Rahul Gandhi, or termite Rahul Gandhi, option B. Whichever one you want to choose. And I'll tell you, Mr. Chaudhary,
You
why
please talk
I respect
sense,
you.
talk sense.
Why I respect you
Being a
over
lawyer,
Mr.
you
Rahul
talk
Gandhi.
sense.
Listen to me. It's my right to express. You cannot take it away. Your turn will come. You can speak then. So,
No,
first
I'm
of
not
all,
taking,
Rahul
but
Gandhi
talk
says,
sense. That too on a national
please,
television.
yes. Let the viewers decide that. Let the viewers decide that. We still live in a democracy. It's not the Chinese. It's India.
Yes.
So, first
So
Rahul
he's a
Gandhi
respected
says, Zameen
parliamentarian.
Hada, please.
You are
अच्छा चौधरी जी अच्छा नहीं आप पहले बोलना चाहते हैं प्लीज यू कैन गो फर्स्ट
Manasvi is also objecting.
my line है heckling is not good please
Manasvi is
It doesn't
objecting.
help
Anirban is
anybody.
objecting. Let him continue.
Let them object. Rahul Gandhi says Zameen Hadapli. So on Republic I say, Rahul Gandhi, do you have the gumption and the
Congress? Our opposition should not be the opposition
member
party.
of Colonel Santosh Babu?
Our
and then say
opposition
कि हमारी
Gaurav Bhatia.
is China. We have
please,
to
yeah.
oppose China.
Arre,
and
can
not
you
Congress.
be quiet?
Why is this debate
Yeah,
counter?
Manasvi,
Is this
if you want to be mannerless, I know how to teach a lesson, but I think I can make a request to you. Extend the civility to me. This is my first comment. I don't know why you have to interrupt me.
Sir,
you have no
sir,
problems.
you can be the
Please,
professor.
Manasvi.
You can be
I
the
think
professor,
it is
but
important.
can we have
you want to
have a
speak
debate
first, you speak first.
on the
I will
topic?
speak in my manner. I will use the words that I think are appropriate for Rahul Gandhi.
Sir.
And I will give reasons. And then you can come and you can make your
Continue,
point.
continue,
I think
sir.
that is the
Continue,
way
sir.
to. Please,
Professor
thank you.
Saab, you can continue. You can teach. You
No,
can teach
please.
the debating culture
Okay.
by changing the topic. You
Thank
can
you.
continue that.
Okay. So my first point is that Zameen Hadapli. When Narendra Modi ji says एक इंच जमीन हमारी सुरक्षित है हमारी वीर सेना डिफेंड कर रही है तो जमीन कैसे हड़प ली ये बताए राहुल गांधी सेकंड he says Surinder Modi or surrender Modi. Mr. Rahul Gandhi,
बता दूंगा आपको,
do you
आपको
even
जवाब मैं
understand
दूंगा, आप question
if the
पूछिए।
Prime Minister of the country surrenders, what it means? Till our last breath, every Indian will defend India in the best capacity that he can. So, I ask you, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, is the MOU that you signed, and I have a picture, please show this picture. This reveals a lot. Are you being
Hold
very
it up.
faithful to China while acting like a termite with India? You have responsibilities towards India also, Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Is the bond that you share through this MOU with China stronger than your love for the country? Please tell us. My next point, Manmohan Singh ji, we all respect you. But today, Manmohan Singh
Can I
ji's
answer
position
you?
is like the Bhij
Bhatia ji,
Pitama.
can I
He
answer
knows
you
the
now?
Duryodhan. He knows the Duryodhan in the Congress party, but he doesn't have the courage to be on the right side. Mr. Manmohan Singh ji, the ordinance that you approved as the Prime Minister was
Sir,
torn
Bhisham Pitama
by
तो
Rahul
हर पार्टी
Gandhi,
में
who was
है,
not even a
LK
minister
Advani
in
जी को
your
भी याद कर
cabinet.
लेते हैं, sir.
Let me also, please, Manasvi, please don't do this. You were never like this. Why are you heckling? Your turn will come. Let me play some facts. Under your regime, Mr. Manmohan Singh, 2008, Chumur area, 250 kilometer of length land was taken over by China. 2009, Doom Cheli area. How did the Chinese came inside the Indian territory? 2012, Demchok. China constructed 13 cemented houses there. Mr. Manmohan Singh, can you please tell the nation, when we have a strong Prime Minister, why are you trying to be China's best friend? An all-party meeting took place. Manmohan Singh ji, you
Strong
could have
debate,
given your
Anirban.
suggestions. You could have given your suggestions in the
Anirban.
all-party meeting through Sonia Gandhi. But you did not. That is
Arnab
why
ji, I
we
was
doubt
supposed
the
to respond
integrity
to
of
Mr.
Congress
Bhatia.
party.
Viewers, you are seeing two images, 27th May and 18 June. Now, before this, there is another image not on the screen, but I'll describe it anyway. 9th May, the water flow in the Galwan River is disrupted by the Chinese. 27th May, look at the left pictures on the left-hand side, viewers. These pictures, you will see how the red color on the spectral imagery. 27th, please, viewers. 27th. Thank you. Yeah, the red color, you can see the red color out there. The red color on the spectral imagery indicates Chinese deployment on the Galwan River. Right? Now you look at the pictures of the 18th of June. Now the 18th of June pictures are showing that normal water flow in the Galwan River has started, which is the clearest indication that the Chinese occupation in the region has ceased. The water flow was disrupted after the 9th of May, and the water flow returns after the 18th of June. This is evidence. This is high-tech spectral imagery. Gaurav will explain this once more, and then we'll give Bhai Baldeep an opportunity to poke holes, but factually, at Gaurav. Now, I will retreat from the screen. Gaurav, go on.
Okay. So, viewers, you see two images. One is dated 27th May and the other is dated 18th June. The first image, which is dated 27th May, shows you red blotches, red marks along, if you can see, along the Galwan River. This is spectral imaging. This is taken by a satellite, and this proves that in this place, which is not on our side of the line of actual control, but on the Chinese side, you see massive Chinese presence and deployment here. These are spectral images which show the aura. So there is human beings, there is material, there is ammunition, there are vehicles, everything. Now, if you see 18th of June, so on the 27th of June, the Galwan River flow has stopped. Now, on 18th of June, you will find that there is normal water flow of the Galwan.
27th of May,
and
Gaurav, not June. It is yet to
if you
be
analyze
27th
this,
of May.
both these images, sir, kindly allow me, sir, I'm just explaining something, sir.
I'm just correcting your
what
date,
I'm trying to say
You
is
said
that
27th
the
of
Galwan
June.
River, which was dried up, which was stopped, sir, 18th of June I'm talking about. Please bear with me, sir. I'm explaining something, sir. I'm explaining something. I've done a lot of homework. I would request if you can just respect my hard work, sir. बड़ी मेहनत करिए. थोड़ा सा wait कर लें, sir. थोड़ा सा. My request to you. Right. So 27th of May, we have shown you the images. What has happened on 18th of June? आपको छेड़ने से कोई नहीं रोक सकता. आप जरूर छेड़िए. 30 सेकंड के बाद छेड़िए. फिर आप पूरे दम से छेड़िए. जी.
आप लीजिए जनाब 31 सेकंड.
18 जून को अगर आप देखते हैं तो गलवान रिवर का नेचुरल वाटर फ्लो दोबारा हो जाता है जो इतने समय से रुक रखा था. इसका यह मतलब है कि जो चाइनीज ने एम्बैंकमेंट्स बनाई, द फिजिकल ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन टू द रिवर which was created by the Chinese by their heavy earth moving equipment.
But that's an extrapolation. That's an assumption.
Now,
You're
and so are the-
derivation. But you're also adding provocation. You're provoking. It's not a good strategy anyway from a strategy perspective. Why you have to say they've even gone beyond the line of control?
So,
why do we have to say that? Moreover, you
There is a reason,
your
sir.
narration, you said 10%
There is a reason,
of the river
sir.
is on our side.
There is a reason.
10%,
There is a
right?
reason, Baibaldeep. You have asked me the question, now allow me to answer.
90% is with them.
Okay.
They
Now,
can stop
allow me
the
to
flow
answer your
anyway
question. I've understood your
anytime
question,
they
sir.
want.
I've understood your question.
How is that
Okay, I have understood your question.
the focus of the
I have understood your question.
Viewers, it is 36 minutes past 9, and some of what I am about to share with you will naturally become subjects of public, national, and global debate. And some of this genuinely will create a demand for an investigation. Please don't disturb me when I'm about to share something with you. First of all, to you, I want to say this. Tanveer, this tweet is very interesting. It, of course, comes from a BJP guy called Suresh Nakwa. He says, the JDS guy, referring to you, he has tweeted, the JDS guy says the legacy cannot be transferred from father to daughter with respect to a panelist, and that is what you said in the context of Ashali Verma. This is in complete contrast with what the JDS guy said 5 minutes back, that Raul Vinci and Antonia Maino come from the family of Indira Gandhi. So your hypocrisy was caught by one of our viewers. Having said that, I will now want to share something with you. What was the nature of this deal? Sudhanshu Trivedi ji, इस पर जरा ध्यान दें. After the deal was signed, Chairman Li Zhaojing of the CAIFIC, C-A-I-F-I-C, it's a Chinese body called CAIFIC, has a meeting with Sonia Gandhi. And if you find out, as per Larry Watsell, CAIFIC is controlled by the GPD but works very closely with the Chinese Communist Party's department, which is called the Department for International Liaison. And Sudhanshu, this is shocking. Should I say it? Let me say it. This CAIFIC works very closely with the Chinese Communist Party's International Liaison Department and the Military Intelligence Department of the People's Liberation Army in choosing foreign targets. Can I repeat? The person who met Sonia Gandhi is from CAIFIC, and CAIFIC works closely with the Military Intelligence Department of the People's Liberation Army, Sudhanshu Trivedi, and the International Liaison Department of the Chinese Communist Party in choosing foreign targets. In America, the targets were business people and leaders of various organizations. Now, therefore,
So what?
we also must. So what? So what? You are meeting these dubious
I would like
people.
to add something to this.
You will say, so what?
Meeting an individual absolutely means nothing. Meeting
Wow.
an individual
Under the
means
same
absolutely.
body.
Wow.
Are we trying to say that this government has failed,
Wow.
their intelligence has failed? If
Wow.
Sonia Gandhi had signed an agreement which was anti-India,
Who was
Narendra
in
Modi
the
is the Prime
government in
Minister for the last
2008?
6 years, what was he doing? Was
Sudhanshu
he
Trivedi.
sleeping? Was he sleeping? Narendra Modi was why didn't he really investigate for last 6 years? If there is anything which was anti-national in the deal, what was our intelligence agencies doing now during the war just to create right perception in the favor of
Perception.
BJP? Are we really trying to get this from the skeletons?
General J.J. Singh, welcome to the debate. It's good to see you, sir. Now,
Thank you, Arnab.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. General, you will have to share things as you remember them. And please don't hold yourself back. That's all I will tell you now. Now, why did you have to warn Manmohan Singh, the then Prime Minister, not to get into any agreement regarding Siachen? Why did you have to say it? You were the army chief in 2005. Why did you have to warn Dr. Manmohan Singh, the then Prime Minister?
Arnab, firstly, a little background about the Siachen Glacier. It is the longest glacier other than the Arctics. It's 76 kilometers long and starts from Indira Col or Indira Saddle and comes up down to where it meets the Shok River. It is bound by the Karakoram mountain range on the north as also on its east. And on the west, it is bound by a very prominent ridge called the Saltoro Ridge. And that is the ridge which divides the Pakistani position and Indian positions in the Siachen Glacier area. Arnab, you would be knowing, but the lay viewers don't know that from their positions, the Pakistan Army cannot even have a glimpse of the Siachen glacier, let alone talk about being on the glacier.
Okay?
Now, your question why Dr. Manmohan Singh wanted this plan or proposal to go through.
Yes, sir.
This proposal was originally made in 1989, Arnab. At that time, it was decided to create a zone of disengagement. But I must tell you that fortunately for India, it did not go through. And in fact, some of our people would have landed us in a fallback positions of disadvantage, because the Pakistanis could easily fall back and climb up onto the heights which we vacate, and we would have to cross the Siachen Glacier, which is a sea of ice, and try and regain our position in case the Chinese,
There is
in
no
case the
doubt on that.
Pakistanis
There is no
reneged
doubt
from the
on that.
agreement.
Where I want you to free yourself from any consequences of your statement. You're a very senior man. I've had the pleasure of knowing you when you were sitting in the chair of Chief of Army Staff. If you remember, I have visited you many times there. So having known you to some extent, I can say to you that you must free yourself of any political repercussions of whatever you are going to say on my program.
Yeah.
But I will have to ask you to disclose today
Yes.
whether Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was considering compromising on Siachen in the name of a lasting peace with Pakistan. Because this glacier has been won on the blood and sacrifice of thousands of Indians, civilians and officers and soldiers. What was going on? Why did you have to tell him? Give me the details now. People are watching. General J.J. Singh, tell us the truth. What was going on? What did you sense? Did you get any information? How did the conversation start?
Yes, I think there was some pressure being built on the government to settle the Siachen issue. It could be pressure from the Americans. At that time, America was close to Pakistan, and Pakistan may have had a quid pro quo. It's assumed because I read it somewhere. But leaving aside that, Mr. Manmohan Singh's team, which comprised principally Sham Saran and also his NSA and others.
Okay.
They also included the army, and they said, we want to make it a mountain of peace.
Oh my God, that's so absolutely shocking and ridiculous.
So,
A mountain of peace.
yes, it was, yes, that is a term used, and I am not saying anything out of the way. My book, A Soldier's General, on page 153, it talks about the Siachen Glacier. It's a chapter of Siachen Glacier.
No, so did you have this chat directly with Dr. Manmohan Singh, or did you
And-
speak to his national security advisor, or did you speak to Sham Saran? Who were you talking to?
Actually, it was a discussion in Delhi, but then I said it would be good if you come to Siachen Glacier, Mr. Prime Minister,
You told him face to face.
which he agreed, and then while we were on that visit, we had a discussion about the importance of this area and about this plan of of his team. His team, which was, I think, according to Sham Saran's book himself, he was very disappointed when this plan fell through. So he must have been one of the architects of this plan.
Are you ready
now
to,
I must tell you,
are you ready to
Sanjay
confront
Baru was
Sham
also
Saran? If
there.
I call Sham Saran on the program, are you ready to confront him one-to-one about this?
Of course.
If you are,
Of course I am.
have you done that so far?
Of course, I have shed. I have shed blood. I've shed my blood. I've shed my blood for the country. I'm ready to speak to anybody on this issue because I'm an authority. I was a single point authority or single point contact for the government and the defense minister as I was the army chief.
Now, may I, with your permission, open the debate? We are already getting a lot of reactions to some of what you are saying now. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, R.P. Singh, General
Yes, most
Bakshi,
welcome.
D.K. Giri, Manaswi Thapar and Chetan Singh. Now I want to know whether the people who are willing to give up Siachen, and either you confront, General J.J. Singh is a fighter, he'll fight you back if you tell him he's lying. The people, General Bakshi, who are willing to give up Siachen, where thousands of our soldiers face deadly weather as of this minute to fight the enemy. Those people are lecturing us. They were willing to give up Siachen. They have signed a secret deal with the Chinese. Those people will ask questions. Mr. Salve, welcome. We have Prem Shankar Jha also with us. Let me take the discussion forward by putting it to you this way. I said just a while back that there are some people who are trying to undermine and play down what happened between 75 and 77 by saying, oh, there's an emergency now, and that was nothing. Let's forget what happened 45 years back. Let's talk about the present. Whereas I am of a view, Mr. Salve, that in other countries there have been apologies. Australia has apologized to the Aboriginal Australians. Kevin Rudd did that. Justin Trudeau apologized for turning away of a ship of Sikhs, Hindus and Muslims in 1914. And he said this was a stain on China's past. So you do not become smaller by putting out an apology. American presidents have apologized. Britain has apologized for the bloody Sunday killings where 13 dissenters were shot dead in 1972, saying we are deeply sorry. But we don't even have a national day of apology, Mr. Salve. What is the impact if we brush what happened in 75 to 77 aside? What will be the long-term impact on our democracy?
Arnab, as you know, the famous saying is, if you forget the lessons of history, history repeats itself. So we should always remember the lessons of history. How a beautifully drafted constitution can be abused. And I use the language of constitutional law when I say abused. In constitutional law, the word abuse means using a power for a purpose for which it is not conferred. The emergency was a phony emergency. The only crisis which faced the country was that perhaps Mrs. Gandhi's position as Prime Minister became insecure. And perhaps the fact that Mr. Palkhiwala was appearing for her and she was showing great respect for Mr. Palkhiwala made the position of some of those close to her insecure. Other than that, I don't see any other reason for emergency.
What is the relevance of picking this up 45 years from now? In other countries, stains in their history are highlighted so that those are not repeated. We seem to be making an effort on remembering what happened in 1975, which we shouldn't, as the world's largest democracy, should we, Mr. Salve?
No, but there's another reason, Arnab.
And what is that?
I read recently a criticism that the Supreme Court saying we are not going to interfere in the initial stages with how the executive is handling the COVID crisis was taking India back to the days of the emergency. Let us remember what happened in emergency. Fundamental rights were suspended, and the government argued, shame to the government, and the Supreme Court accepted, shame to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court has accepted that it made a big mistake. The Supreme Court accepted that if you were arrested and put in jail, you did not have the local standard challenge your detention. Now, there can never be a bigger slur on the Constitution. There cannot be a bigger blot on Indian jurisprudence. I have spent 4 decades in this profession practicing at the Supreme Court. And believe me, never ever have we cited the Supreme Court judgment in Shiv Kanchukta. And sometimes when somebody did, judges would say, don't cite this. So, and the latest privacy judgment, 2 of the judgments have criticized Justice Kaul, said the judge will write so many fathoms deep. The Supreme Court has said that. And I think we need to remind ourselves here, repeated suggestion, back with emergency suspension of
Loss of voice.
1 minute, I'm checking the voice. 1 minute, Arish Salve. 1 minute. Last 10 seconds I missed out. If you can repeat that and adjust your mic just a wee bit, lower down, because I think we have Rahul Singh, Prem Shankar Jha holding on to your every word. So we don't want to miss what you're saying. Yeah.
No, I said the emergency is about suspension of Constitution. That's very important. As a matter of law, your constitutional right to suspend it. And the Attorney General was asked, if my right to life is suspended and you put me to death, what happens? He said, my lord, that's an extreme situation.
It's unbelievable.
Yes. That is really what we should remember.
Yeah,
it is quite another thing where the equation between the Constitutional Court and the Executive.
Yes.
When the Constitutional Court will interfere, when it will not interfere. You may blame a court saying you're being a little too hands-off. You should interfere.
It is also public money, which means that sometimes when a major national calamity...
Her son required special education.
No. But the question is, Ratan Sharda, on a very serious note, money is from the Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Rahat Yojana. This is a sacred trust because this money comes from the people of India. It does not even go through the budget. It does not require budgetary support. It's people's contribution. People contribute. Why? So that fellow Indians...
Tax exempt. When Modi talked of raincoat pehan ke nahana...
No. May I complete my point? Ratan Sharda, may I complete my point? May I complete my point, Ratan Sharda? I'll just complete my point, Ratan Sharda. My point is that this money is people's goodwill. People come together, citizens of India come together to help other citizens of India. So very often when we hear of a disaster, we don't know how to help the victims of a disaster. What do? We give the money into the Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. We did not know that the money was going into Sonia Gandhi's private trust. DK Giri, I genuinely believe either Sonia Gandhi should return the money or there should be a nationally televised investigation on this matter. A nationally televised investigation in which she should be in a witness box. There has to be a jury that questions her and the members of her family, and they should be telecast nationally so people can hear the questions and the answers. DK Giri, your first thoughts on the Sonia Trust scam?
Sure. Right.
I hope Giri doesn't try to...
It's a private trust.
Anybody who's trying to protect this kind of larceny should be ashamed.
How can you preempt my answer? Let me give you an answer. You see, it is not a private trust. It is a public institution registered under Act of 1836, Register of Societies Act. The question that we
Sir,
should
it is
raise,
not open to
Arnav, is that
RTI.
giving the money,
It's not a public
giving
trust.
the money is not ethical or not unlawful. Oh, wait a minute. It is a public trust. Come on. You should get your facts right. It is a public trust registered under Society Act 1836.
It doesn't come
But
under
the important
RTI. So
question,
what is
Arnav,
the sense of having public
and so what
funds?
is that?
It is avoiding
Wait a
RTI.
minute. No, Sardar Sahab, no NGOs are not
It is not
coming under
responding to
RTI.
any of the queries.
Sardar Sahab, do your homework. Let me answer. Let me answer it. Let me answer. Let me
So
educate you.
isn't their job
all
to open
NGOs,
up and tell
all
what they are
societies
doing,
have not come
from
under
where they got
RTI.
the money, to whom they are giving it,
No,
and
no,
how they're being influenced by
let me
foreign
answer.
governments?
If you interrupt,
It's their job
this
to
is
tell us.
BJP style. You muzzle the voice, muzzle a voice. Let me answer. I won't speak. I will speak only a
Sambit
few
is also
sentences.
countering with DK. Sambit and DK. Sambit,
What you
wait.
should ask him,
Sambit,
where
wait.
the money was spent? Where the money was spent?
No.
No, where the money was spent?
Sambit,
Prime
Sambit.
Minister Relief Fund can also be given to
Giri Babu,
development
Mohan
organization
Ani hai ji,
for
Mate
administering it.
My word, the use of the word tradition was because of the fact that the China Association for International Friendly Contact had a relationship with the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation. What
Yes.
was the need for an accord between the two? And I told you as to what was the duty of China Association for International Friendly Contact to perform dual roles of intelligence collection
Shame.
and conducting propaganda and perception management campaigns.
Of those MOUs?
What is this?
Dr.
What is
Sambit
this
Patra,
then?
you are
This
in the
is not
government.
MOU, sir.
You are in the
with this
government.
company,
Xi
with
Jinping
this
is the
company,
personal
why
friend of the
should
Prime
they have
Minister.
had
What are the
why should they
contents
have
of the
had a
MOU? You
deal
can
at all?
disclose it.
My question is, why a deal with this company at all? The prime objective of this foundation was to collect intelligence
No, what
within
deal?
foreign
Even
countries.
RSS and
So
BJP
this is
visited
sedition.
China when they were in
this amount to
opposition.
sedition because
Even BJP and RSS visited China. What were the contents of the BJP and RSS meeting with Chinese leaders?
I'll tell you, I have both the.
Were you
I have
there
both.
to unsettle the
yes,
Congress
yes, I
government
have
at that
both. I
time?
have both with me, thankfully. Thankfully, because since you have asked me a question, I have both the deals with me. In fact, you said that the MOU of the Congress party, what does it say? And as far as the BJP MOU is concerned, let me tell you, there was no MOU with BJP. There was a MOU of Congress in 2008. And this is what it says. It says, and I quote one of the leading newspapers of India, the MOU was signed by the Chinese Vice President and Standing Committee member of CPC's Politburo, Xi Jinping, and Congress General Secretary Rahul Gandhi in the presence of his mother and party president Sonia Gandhi. Strictly on a party-to-party basis, and here comes the most important thing, to consult each other on all important bilateral, regional and international developments, and to build a relationship particularly with the Nehru-Gandhi family that goes beyond UPA and the government. Shame.
Why
And
would
this
you
is
allow
what
the
BJP
intelligence apparatus of another country to do this? Shame. I mean, explain
yes,
it.
and about
Why
BJP, about
shame?
BJP,
To
about BJP,
talk about
BJP.
bilateral issues.
You should be proud of this.
Discuss
Whether
that,
we had
to
a
take
MOU
it
with
amongst the
BJP.
people
Here is the-
and to
here is-
take it
here is
forward.
what
What is wrong in that?
Because-
You tell me what is
because-
sedition in this?
You wanted to know
What is
about
sedition
BJP
in this,
and
Dr. Sambit Patra?
Vikas sir, you wanted to know what did the BJP discuss
What
about?
is- what is sedition about
Just a
this?
second, just Vikas, my good friend, you are a very sane voice, Vikas. Since you wanted to know about what transpired between BJP and the delegation of the China there in China, Arun Singh and Ram Madhav, they said, and I quote, each one should respect each other's country's sensitivities and aspirations, and that no territorial change affecting relations with any other company had taken place. Article 370 is strictly India's issue. And BJP delegation goes ahead to say that it would hurt Indian sentiments if China was to take the side of any country fostering and promoting terror against India, that is Pakistan. So we spoke against Pakistan. We said that Article 370 was strictly an Indian issue. No one should interfere into that. Unlike Mr. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, who got up on the floor of Parliament and said that we should have taken the permission of Pakistan even before discussing Article 370. So do I need to speak more?